Hello guys, welcome to today's stream. I'm going to be working on a new drawing today. So this is going to be a magical white yak. I'm hopefully going to eventually turn it into an oil painting. So I started this yesterday and I was going to stream, but the stream wasn't really cooperating. So I decided to just draw off stream. And today was working out, so I figured why not? Why not do an impromptu stream? So hopefully, I'm looking to make some progress on his beautiful fur today. My first time drawing a yak, really. Hello, Ilfot, how are you doing? I hope you're well. I was so excited starting to draw him, because I actually had this dream about a yak the other night, and it was so cute, so fluffy, so sweet. So I knew after dreaming about him that I had to draw a yak. And yeah, I decided this one's going to be a beautiful, beautiful white, almost making him look like a unicorn, That's what I'm going for. So we'll see. I might do a watercolor one of him, but realistically, I think it's going to look so much better in oils, so probably just stick to oils at the end of it. Hello, I'm wearing a coat. You envy me. You're dying of heat. What temperature is it there? I would trade you any day, Ilfat. Any day. I hate the cold. I am freezing every day. I finally bought myself a space heater, guys. Finally. So hopefully, I'm not going to be freezing as much. It's a really small, just a normal, small space heater, and it's got like a fake fireplace as well. So hopefully, it's gonna have that charmed fireplace look. Hopefully, psychologically, it's actually gonna be warmer because of it. Probably not, but you take what you can get. Alright, so I'm gonna pull up a few references. Just delete a couple photos. So I've got some of the cutest references, guys. I gotta show you. Unfortunately, it's only on my iPad. I will show you. Check out this little guy. He's so cute. It's like he's got dreadlocks on his little butt and his head, and he's just adorable. I love his fringe. I don't know if this is like a yak or an ox, or what's the difference really? I'm not exactly too too much of an expert on the species, so it's hard to tell. It's 36 degrees Celsius. You're from Russia. Well, I reckon if you're a Russian, then that is probably really cold. For me, sorry, really warm. For me, 36 is nice. I would trade 36 degrees any day. I start getting warm when it's like 38. Then it's warm for me. And then when it gets to the 40s, I'm like, yeah, okay, it's warm now. Lady, thank you so much for that raid. Why were you streaming so late? I don't think I've ever seen you stream this time. How are you, Lady? Guys, you have got to go look at Lady's artwork. She is amazing. We need to have a shout out for Lady. There we go. Oh, Dova, you're here. Would have let you do that shout out. There we go, guys. Please, please, please check out Lady Paints a Lot. Not sure why it's not showing up a clip at the moment, but usually it's showing up a clip of your stream. I guess you don't really have clips. But what were you doing? Do share. Let us know what you were doing, lady. I'd love to see your work today. You're going to start doing some evening streams. Oh, that's awesome. Hopefully, if I stream a little bit earlier, maybe one day I can actually raid you. You love animals. Same, Ilfat. They're the best, aren't they? How are you doing, Dover? You've been deleting some old stuff. Okay. We can raid into each other. Exactly, exactly. Guys, Lady Paints a Lot is a very, very experienced artist. She's been doing it for many, many years, and her streams are such a fun space. It's so chill, so relaxing, so heartwarming. It's just one of the best places to be. So if you can please give Lady a follow, that would be awesome. Do you have an Instagram page or some social media you would like to drop for us to have a look at as well, Lady? I would love to see some of your stuff. Also, if you've got some a picture of what you were doing today, that would be awesome. If you've got nowhere to upload it, just put it on Discord for us and we can have a look. So Lady Paints does some very beautiful, expressive work, guys. She has this gorgeous technique where she basically randomly puts paint on paper and then she mushes it together and starts letting loose with her fingers, just letting her mind take the lead, you know, or I should say letting her heart take the lead. It is so beautiful. So today, guys, we are actually drawing a yak, and well, mainly the reason we're drawing a yak today is because I had a dream about one the other night where my brother and I were getting this yak to help us carry stuff. We're actually carrying guns and machetes and stuff on the yak's back to try and get back some things that got stolen from us, but yeah, essentially the yak was really adorable and I loved it, and I decided, yeah, I want to draw a yak today. So that was actually yesterday. So I started drawing this yak yesterday, and I'm hoping we can make some progress because I am wanting to do an oil painting of this yak. It's going to be an albino, beautiful white albino yak, and it's going to be almost glowy in the moonlight. You have an Instagram account too, following now. Let me follow you too, lady. I don't think I follow you on Instagram. I don't think I've seen your Instagram before. I will give you a follow. Oh, that's probably why I haven't seen it, because your account's private. That makes sense. Well, there you go. Wonderful, that is awesome. Yeah, exactly. You love my yak. Oh, thanks, lady. I'm glad you like him. Hopefully, you know, once he's painted, you can see how glowy he's gonna look. Because, you know, that's the part that I really want. I want him to look nice and glowy. What would you guys say are one of your favorite animals to draw? Like, I reckon probably one of the animals that I enjoy drawing most are probably rabbits, I think. Just because they're so sweet and innocent, and I don't know, they just add such a beautiful vibe to a painting. And obviously I love drawing birds, but birds are really, really hard. You know, they've got very different shapes from our bodies, and it can be really, really tricky to know how to draw them properly. I also love drawing bats. I would say, yeah, I think drawing birds, bunnies, and bats are probably my favorite things to do. You like drawing fish? Okay. You love cats, you think, to draw? Okay. Ooh, birds and bees too. Yeah, bees are fun. Have you seen the beautiful bees that Camilla Derrico does? I'll post a link in the chat. Also, thank you to everyone who followed. I'm so sorry, I got lost in the raid and I didn't really thank you guys for that, but I really, really appreciate that. Okay, let me drop a link to Camilla's account, and you tell me what you think about her little bumblebees. They're probably the second post on her feed, so not that hard to find, but I love her bumblebees. They're the cutest. Like, she's even got pins of them, guys. I love them so much. And the little hedgehog. She did a hedgehog recently. But yeah, there's a cute girl. I love this one. A cute girl holding a very colorful bumblebee. Isn't that adorable? It's so cute. I love it. I love everything about it. But yeah, she's got some stunning work. I think she paints in acrylics, but maybe it's oils. I'm not entirely sure. She should say in the hashtags, I'm pretty sure. No, doesn't really say, but yeah. I think I read once that she paints in acrylics, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's oils. You love it. Exactly. She does amazing work. She really does. I have two little lovebird pins of hers and they have little crowns on them. They're so cute. I completely adore those. So yeah, sorry guys that I'm looking like an Eskimo today, but you know, I'm used to Australian weather and right now we have European weather. So it's necessary for me not to get hypothermia today to properly rug up. I guess sometime soon I'm gonna wear just like hoodies all the way and all you're gonna see are my eyes because it's gonna get that cold that I completely can't stand the cold. So I really want my yak to look properly fuzzy. I'm really surprised, Vemka, that you said you like to draw fish, because fish are actually one of the trickiest things to draw. Like, every time I've tried to draw fish, it's just gone quite terribly. At least that's how I feel. Maybe if I gave them another go, I'd do a little better, because that was a couple of years ago and it was a lot less experienced back then, but I don't know, fish have really tricky bodies. Or is it the challenge that you're really into? I guess, you know, I guess a challenge kind of does make sense. Full on Antarctic gear. I don't know why I was saying Antarctic gear. That would be something. It would, yeah. I'm gonna be like wearing a ski outfit soon. Like, completely prepared for this weather. And you guys are just gonna start laughing at me. Never. Well, didn't you guys get that cold wave in Texas, lady? You and Dover are both from Texas, actually. You both live in Texas. Yeah, you're now prepared for everything. Yeah, remember the Winter Apocalypse trial version? Yeah, that was intense. But Lady has been through a lot. Apparently, her house got flooded like I think 2 or 3 times, and she's been through a bunch of cyclones as well. I have an amazing stream, thank you. Oh, I will have an amazing stream, thank you. You're going to bed? Well, I hope you have an awesome stream when you wake up, and I hope you enjoyed yourself today. I will take a look at what you posted on Instagram after the stream. Once my phone request has been accepted. I really want to make him as fluffy as I possibly can. I just adore animals that are fat and fluffy. Like, I know being fat isn't exactly the best for their health, but they look so cute when they're fat, you know? Just can't help it. Yeah, thanks for taking you to this lovely place. Oh, I'm glad you like it here, Bemka. I love watching Ladies Paints. I like every night I go on and I hope she's online because she's like one of my favorite. She is probably my favorite stream to go to bed to because it's so relaxing there. It's just so chill. Guys, I cannot wait to paint him in oils. I feel like that's just gonna be the most exciting piece I've worked on in a very long time. Because he's got such beautiful fur, right? Beautiful fur, and yeah, he's just all round adorable. So cute. Absolutely so cute. Elephants are your favorite. Okay. I love elephants as well. I don't think I've drawn an elephant in a very long time, to be honest. You met Lady Paints a lot through a DJ you love. Yeah, she told me she really loves music streams. It was where she first discovered Twitch, apparently. I'm just really glad she started streaming, you know, I'm glad she found the art community and thought of streaming herself as well. Because she's such a beautiful streamer. I really wish I had this yak's coat right now. I don't think I'd get cold, or like, at least have the yak in real life and like, just curl up in his fur, like curl up underneath or hug him. Imagine how warm that could be. I know you guys probably aren't wanting to be warm right now, but just imagine you're somewhere in Antarctica and it's really cold. That's how I feel right now. That's so cool. Yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot of artists discover Twitch for other reasons and then they realized, oh, you can actually stream on here. I think I found out about Twitch from my uni friend Cesar. Like, I probably already knew about Twitch, but I think she was the reason I started being really active on Twitch because, well, she started going live, started live streaming, and yeah, I found out about the whole art community on Twitch, and I started just going to her streams regularly, and then I found other artists on Twitch and started being more active in their communities, and well, at the time, then I got really busy, so I didn't really have much time to, you know, still be an active part of the streaming community very much for quite a while, and I did try streaming I think 2 times a couple of years ago, but I just, I never had a consistent schedule, so it was too hard for me to be like, well, every week I'll do 2 or 3 streams. And it just, yeah, it just took so much love out of art for me because the only time I could be making art is when I was on stream, and because I had so little time, I would get really irritated needing to read chat because it would take me away from drawing because I had so little time. So it just didn't work out. A lot of things just were the worst timing. And so I gave it up. And then a couple years ago, sorry, no, last year, I started it back up again because my health kind of really plummeted and I had a lot of free time on my hands as a result of that. So I felt like, whoa, let's give it another shot. Maybe now is a good time. I have a lot of free time on my hands. We'll see how it goes. And so I did that. And because I was no longer stressing about getting drawings done, because I had a lot more time, I actually really enjoyed just reading chat, hanging out, having some company while I was drawing. It was the best feeling ever. And so, yeah, I just kind of stuck to it this time, I guess. You've been thinking about streaming. Your husband is trying to convince you too. You're an art teacher. I think that would be perfect. Yeah, if you're an art teacher, I think Twitch is exactly the platform for you. What kind of art do you make then, Bemkerb? Do you paint a lot of fish? It's such a great community place, exactly. It really, really is. The art community on Twitch is the best. Yeah, I feel like the art community is very different from the rest of Twitch in the sense that they're very friendly, very open people, very supportive people. And they have a strong focus to uplift each other and, boost each other's, boost each other's skills and talents and morale about their work, and yeah. Also, if you are streaming on Twitch, try to get into a couple of Discords from some streamers. It's a great place to interact. It's a great place to actually make friends with people you meet on streams, and keep touch during the week. Like, I chat with so many of you guys off stream during the week. It's awesome. And yeah, I just love keeping in touch, especially at times when I can't stream and, then I can still message you guys. It's real awesome. You love clay and fiber art. Okay. And printmaking. Printmaking would be so awesome to stream, honestly, Vermcurb. Because you've got that whole surprise factor, right? Like, people can see what you're doing, but they don't really get to enjoy the end result until they stick to the end, and I feel like that's amazing. Alien Frog, hello, how are you? Yakety yak, exactly. We are currently drawing this cute little guy. Yeah, you need to get with the times and get on Discord. Yeah, you really, really should. Also, share your work on Discord. A lot of people follow you because of that, and they also love to just keep up with your work on Discord. We'd love to see some of your work on Discord if you get a chance. Exactly. Being in Discord is fun. Get to meet a lot of great people and share cool stuff. Exactly. And we share jokes and things all the time during the week. Sometimes I just know like to know what you guys are up to. Like, are you making any art? Or, how's your day gone? Are you playing games? I imagine painting all this fur is going to be extremely hard once I start doing him in oils. Probably going to be a nightmare, but I think I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm trying to play around with different textures for different areas of his fur as well. I can manage that. Am I going with oils for this one? Yeah, exactly, Dover. It's going to be a beautiful glowy white yak, and he's going to stand in water, so I'll have a bit of a reflection going, and I'll have a very, not an aurora borealis, but like a really faint rainbow effect in the background, like all kinds of different colors, but very muted pastel tones. That's what I'm looking for, like an almost grey but semi-saturated colour. So yeah, I'm really excited to start painting this one, but I need to actually get around to painting one of my other pieces. What's a yak's favourite serial killer? What exactly do you mean? Like, I'm not sure I really understand that question, to be honest. Do you wanna maybe clarify that? The Zodiac killer? Oh my gosh. That was a stupid pun. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Alien Frog. No wonder I didn't get the question. Doesn't that mean they kill yaks? I don't think the yak would like that very much. Or is it like a yak that kills people? Keep them coming. Yeah, we welcome those cringeworthy jokes around here, so don't feel bad. We've all come up with those from time to time. Thanks. You have a few things on Instagram. Your Facebook is mostly your students' work. Love you, good pun. Well, if you want to post some of your work in Discord, or just post links to things you've already posted, and then we can check it out. That would be awesome. What's a yak's favorite food at McDonald's? A big yak. I hope it's not a big yuck. As long as it's a big yak and not a big yuck. Don't you hate when you go to Macca's or Hungry Jack's? I think you guys call Hungry Jack's something else. I think it's Burger King in the States. But don't you hate when you go and they give you your burger and it's like literally somebody sat on it? Like, my brother and I went to Hungry Jack's the other day and our burgers came out like pancakes, and we looked at it and we were like, what if somebody had their last day at work and they were so pissed that they just sat on the hamburger and farted, and then they like resigned right there and then and just gave the burgers to a customer? Like, imagine that, right? That's what it looked like. Like, so little care was put into the burgers. That's what it felt like. But yeah, it happens. That's what you get when you just get takeaway, right? Not always the best. At least it's cheap. Cheap and unhealthy. Yes, Dover? What exactly are you talking about? You haven't had a burger like that before. You've been lucky, you guess. Well, maybe they're better in the States. You were going to pick up some later. Now you have to look for some other food. I am so sorry, Dover. I'm so sorry. Maybe it won't be that bad. Like, sometimes you get them, they're beautiful and fresh and really nice, right? Maybe they'll be like that, but you never know. You might get a farted burger. You never know. I don't know. It was really off-putting. And sometimes they give it to you and there's like an overload of sauce. There's so much sauce that you can't cope. And then other times it's like they didn't add any sauce at all. It's like, dude, what are you doing? I guess if you're doing it really fast, you know, it gets kind of tricky, but I don't know. But sometimes, like, if you're a customer and you're not happy, you can actually take them back. Like, my brother and I, a couple months ago when he wasn't working as much, we used to go for midnight drives all the time, right? And we used to go to the same place every night. So they started to recognize us a little bit, I guess. And this one time we went there, ordered burgers, and they gave us two of the wrong ones. Well, they gave us one of the wrong ones. But we thought they were both wrong. So we went and we were like, well, you guys gave us the wrong burgers. Can we please have something else? And we got 2 free burgers and still got to keep the ones that we didn't order. So we ended up with 4 burgers that night. And we found out that one of the burgers they had actually not gotten wrong. I only got one wrong, but, you know, we didn't know, so we accidentally, you know, asked for another one. You know, they're usually very happy to fix things up if they make mistakes. So, that's also good. Not everywhere will do that, but, you know, I think most of the Macca's and Hungry Jack's will do that. I'm pretty sure. The big franchises probably are more than happy to do so, to save their name, you know. Depends where in the States, because there are some nicer McDonald's locations than others, of course. Yeah, I feel like it varies. I really do. Like, we have a really bad neighborhood in our city called Elizabeth, where all the bad stuff happens. And my brother went there once. He literally just got there and saw this dude just weaving through palm trees over the island part of the street, like, you know, completely illegal. Just racing through there with his motorcycle. Anyways, my brother went to order some Domino's pizza and it tasted terrible. It was so watered down, it tasted just awful. So, you know, not everywhere is going to have the same quality. I guess, you know, you just gotta try different ones until you luck out. Same with kangaroo meat, I feel. You know, like, if you guys have ever eaten kangaroo meat and hadn't liked it, don't think that you don't like it, because that stuff is so temperamental. It really depends on how it's seasoned, and it really depends on how it's cooked. If it's overcooked, it goes really, really tough, and it tastes kind of like wild meat. It doesn't taste good at all. Whereas if you cook it just right, and it's really, really tender actually, and it's beautiful. It doesn't taste like wild meat at all. It's really a nice taste. So yeah, just give it another go. If you've discovered that you don't like it, keep trying until you find somewhere that's done it properly, per se. No, it's probably harder in the States, I don't know. But I'm sure there's somewhere where you can find a good place that cooks it. Cannibal Snacks, thank you so much for the resub. Darba, thank you as well for gifting that sub to Vencup. Really, really appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Oh, Vencup, thank you. You guys are so awesome. I really, really appreciate that. You're off to bed. It was great to meet me. You'll stop back by. Will I start painting on this during this stream? You'll check out my schedule. No, I'm not gonna start this painting until it's properly, you know, the drawing has to be finished first. Then I have to transfer it onto proper canvas. I cannot paint on this. It's not gonna last with oils, but yeah, eventually I'm going to do an oil painting of this piece, but I will probably do that in a couple of weeks, not right now. So, a long way to go. You usually just deal with it and eat what you get if you got a wrong order. Oh no, you really shouldn't do that. Sometimes the wrong order is better than what you originally ordered. It's true. I guess you get to try new stuff that way, right? Well, you're off to bed. It was great to meet me. Oh, sorry, I already read that. Falling behind. Does kangaroo have a distinctive taste? I think it does. Like I said, it really depends on how you cook it. I haven't actually tasted a lot of like wild meat. I guess when I mean wild meat, it's like not domesticated cattle and like not pork, not lamb, not beef or anything, like anything other than that. It doesn't really taste like that normally. Like when you cook it really well, it does have a different taste. I think it tastes more like beef than anything else if I had to compare it to something. Um, but yeah, it does. It's like a little bit more mellowed down, I feel, than beef. It doesn't have that really strong, sharp taste. So it's a little bit more in between two. Uh, I don't know. It's got a sweeter taste, I think. A much sweeter taste than beef and also much sweeter than lamb, I'm pretty sure. You were wondering, cool. Yeah, it's definitely like an interesting taste. Most places I've gone to, like my mom cooks it really, really well, nice and tender. But even at that, like we have had really bad luck at times. Like we've purchased this bad meat that doesn't taste good at all, and then sometimes we get really good meat. And no matter what you do to cook the bad meat, not really much you can do with it to get it tasting better. But yeah, it's very different with I guess once you go to a restaurant, like it really, really depends on how they cook it. So it's hard to say. Hard to say if you'll have a success when you go out. So I really want his top fur to be slightly more patchy, I guess. Like shorter fur and then have the lower down you go, the longer his fur gets. Would be cool to have some kangaroo meat shipped here. Wouldn't mind giving it a try. Do you guys not get it for sale there at all? I find that strange because kangaroos here are actually a pest. Like we have that many that yeah, farmers are like trying to just get rid of them on their farms because we have way too many. Maybe there's a law that you can't eat the wild caught ones. Like, if you shoot a wild one, you're not allowed to sell or eat that. I don't know. Like, maybe it couldn't be healthy for some reason. You feel like only certain fancy stores get kangaroo meat in America. Okay, that is weird. Like, yeah, I wonder if like, yeah, you're probably not allowed to sell meat that's from like a shot kangaroo or something. Maybe that's why. But yeah, like I know what I don't understand is I would think that for Australia, farming kangaroos would be so much easier because they're very hardy. They can really adapt well to, I guess, the Australian environment and heat and drought and everything because they're native to Australia. So you would think that it would make sense for Australian farmers to farm more of those, but and then export that to America. But maybe they don't get as many sales because people in the States aren't familiar with kangaroo meat and so they may not like it. I don't know. You don't think so, because the only kangaroos you have here are in zoos, and you think the logistics are maybe too much. Well, you still think that you can import it from Australia. Like, we export a lot of lamb and a lot of beef. There are twice as many kangaroos as there are people in Australia, right? Maybe. I don't know. I think there's a good chance that's true, yeah. This burger place downtown in your city that has a kangaroo burgers, but you haven't seen kangaroo meat in your local stores at all. Okay. That is really weird. Yeah, I can't explain that. Because in my opinion, like if we're able to export lamb and beef, why can't we export kangaroo meat in the same way? And or is there just not as much demand because people aren't familiar with it? I don't know. Good question. I still remember the times when I used to hate drawing fur, and now I'm obsessed with drawing fur. Like, I used to despise it. It felt like this really mundane and tedious task that just felt like doing the same thing over and over again, and I always felt like I just couldn't get it right. Like, no matter how much I tried, my fur just looked like scribbles. And it was because I wasn't really drawing the individual strands and folds and going with the flow of the animal, I guess. And yeah, now that I've started understanding that, I'm really actually enjoying the process. Like now, fur is probably one of my favorite ever things to draw. And I think it will stay that way because I love drawing animals. It always bothered me, I love drawing animals, but I hated drawing fur at one point. I'm so glad those days are over. Not a great combination. If you love animals, you've gotta love drawing fur, right? You just gotta. Otherwise, pick something else. Pick like humans or maybe snakes. Just something else other than a creature with fur. What about walls? As in, did I hate drawing walls? Very much so, Devo. Very much so. Naked mole rats. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you really hate drawing fur, I guess you can still draw mammals. You just gotta draw the skin, the furless ones, right? Like Chinese crested dogs and those furless cats, mole rats would be on that list. Yeah, I can see where we're going with that. That could work. Something for everyone, right? I always feel so bad for those animals that are bred with no fur. It's kind of like it's bad enough being human and not having fur, but like imagine being born an animal and you could have had fur and you were born with no fur. Like, I know, it's sad. I love animals having fur. Why would you breed them with no fur? It's like their biggest pride and joy. Don't take it away. Oh, they are creepy sometimes, but you're curious how they evolved. I think they were bred. I'm pretty sure they were bred. Like, just like constantly bred until the animals had no fur. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe one of you guys can Google that for us. You think they're called Sphinx cats? Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I mean, I think they look cool. Don't get me wrong. They look interesting and they look cool and creepy. And I love that aspect of it. But I don't know. The animal must get so cold. And just like, I don't know. I would have loved being born with fur all over if I was an animal. So, you know, this kind of feels bad. Feels like their pride and joy got taken away. They really do have tufts all over their body. It's crazy. So cute though. Might get sunburned too, exactly. I'm just going to quickly move the light and see if I can get the shadow to go away. That's a little better. Hopefully we don't have to deal with an annoying shadow anymore. Yeah, do you have to, like, if you have one of those pets that don't have fur, I'm guessing you have to, like, give them a lot of sunscreen, like, especially if they live outside. Like, if you have a furless dog, like a Chinese crested. Like, I can deal with the cats, right? The Sphinx cats. I can still see how they look somewhat cool. But I can't deal with the dogs. Like, the dogs are so ugly. They just look so messed up. I don't like it. You see Zazu dancing in the reflection? Yeah, he's really happy today. He's so happy. I'm kind of glad you don't get featherless birds. Imagine that. Poor birds. That would just be sad. Like, they do actually pluck out their own feathers when they get really, really upset. And it's a huge problem, especially among the more intelligent parrot species. They start self-mutilating, like African grey parrots especially will start just picking out their feathers, and then the habit gets so carried away that they start mutilating their own chests, and they can kill themselves by bleeding out because they keep picking at their own chest. Like, you'd think they'd stop because it hurts. But I don't know, they kill themselves that way. It's ridiculous. Just goes to show how smart they are, you know, they're so smart that they can become actually suicidal if not nurtured properly. It's tragic. I would so love to have an African grey parrot, but I've just seen so many of them have, you know, feathers that are plucked because they're upset or they're never happy, that I know it's a huge responsibility to take one in and care for it and actually properly keep it happy. So I've decided, yeah, it's probably not for me. You know, I don't want to have that much responsibility on me. So I'm probably gonna go for a green-winged macaw eventually. When I have the proper circumstances and I have the time to care for one, I will do that. You too. The articles you found are too huge to read, at least for you now. What's that? Oh, you can't find anything on how makes mole rats become hairless. That's probably, I guess they were natural, but like, how did the Sphinx cat come to be? Like, how did we get that cat to be hairless? Nature is mysterious, exactly. Hello, Fragile Machine! Guys, can we please get a shout out for Fragile Machine? She is an amazing art streamer. Her work is beautiful. She's also really into pop surrealist art, so if you guys like my art streams and are familiar with that art style, you probably will love her stream as well. Thank you so much for being here. How was your stream last night? I missed that one. I didn't even realize you were streaming until I saw the post on Twitter. And then I was like, damn, I missed it. But yeah, hopefully this weekend. You kind of stream at a really bad time for me because you start at 7 p.m. And 7 p.m. is when I have dinner, and right after that, I go play video games with my brother every night. And then by the time I'm done, like that's a good, what, 2 to 3 hours? Which is about the same time that someone streams. And I know, especially for you currently with your health, it's not that easy, you know, to stream for long hours. So I tend to only ever see the tail end of your streams. It's so sad. Because mutations at this particular codon of the HR gene are known to cause hair loss in mice, rat, and men, they concluded that this specific amino acid substitution was likely responsible for the naked mole rat hairless phenotype. Okay, that's interesting. Bit of science we got going there today. Oh, thank you, Fragile Machine. I'm glad you like it. We're actually drawing a dream I had. So I dreamed my brother and I found this yak, and we got the yak to carry a bunch of stuff for us up a mountain, and it was so sweet, and I fed it grass and everything. So I decided I wanted to draw a yak, so I started this drawing yesterday, and decided, you know, we missed the stream this week, so I'm going to fit another one in today and see how it goes. So eventually, this will be an oil painting. The yak is going to be completely white. I'm going to have like a moonlit starry background with like a faint aurora borealis effect as well. And there's going to be, they're both going to be standing in water, so we're going to have a bit of moonlit reflection going on as well. I'm amazing. Well, thank you. You deserve it. You deserve it, Fragile Machine. It went well. You finished Crash Bandicoot. You understand it can be tricky. You think you need to play around with your time schedule. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not really. I mean, I think the best thing to do is find a schedule that works for you. Like, I used to stream at night, right? So I would start normally at like 10 p.m. and then go to like 1 or 2 p.m. But I was so tired. Like, I'm a night owl. But even at that timing was just, for me, it was just too much. So I switched it over to daytime. I was a lot more, I guess, excited to stream as soon as I did that. And yeah, I would say just find a time that works for you. Don't worry too much about who's online when and all that kind of stuff, because you need to do something that's consistent for you. You might try streaming a bit earlier. Okay, well that could work better for me as well. The hair on the yak is so lovely. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm trying to make him fuzzy and lovable, and I really just want to curl up and hug this yak right now because I'm so cold. Selective breeding is what happened to Sphinx cats. You guess it started in the 60s. Okay. Yeah, I thought that would be done through selective breeding and not naturally. This will be exciting to see as it develops. Well, I hope so. I hope so. I'm really excited to start the oil painting, to be honest. And so I need to finish up my other two ones. Like, I'll show you guys what I've got going on. So currently I'm working on this painting for my mum, which is, I'll show you on the other screen because this one's kind of big. Hang on, I just need to switch here. Alright, so this is a painting I'm working on for my mum. It is an oil painting as well, and basically it's based on her childhood, where she used to live on a farm and she loves guinea fowl as well. So I really tried to practice clouds, and I'm still trying to get like light that's spreading out from the top in the middle section going on there as well. But yeah, the grass has to get some progress still. A couple of other things. But hopefully we'll finish that one soon. Not got a long way to go. And then I've got this one. I'll show you guys on the other screen. So this one is called The Arachnid's Choreography. And it's about a girl and her bird Spider, and the more she twists and turns, she actually makes the fairy floss as she spins in her dancing routine. So yeah, this one's close to being done. The only thing I'm not entirely happy with is the way that the tips of her skirt don't feel very even. I think I just need to sort of even that out, you know? But yeah, both of these are oil paintings, and they're both very, very close to being done. They don't have a long way to go. Mom's gonna have a beautiful gift. I hope so. I hope she's gonna love it. She already is happy with it, so there's that. I also did this little oil painting. Didn't take me very long. This one's called Freaky Friends, and we finished it up the other day when we started adding the green and just a couple of other highlights, so I am very, very happy with it now. I might touch up the eyebrows a little bit, but other than that, essentially we are done. Oh, thank you for the follow, Kingfisher. Really, really appreciate that. You can't believe I dreamed of you. Oh, you're a yak, are you, little bro? You are finding, even after stream, you're wanting to stay up more. you like that, it might be good to try out some different times. Exactly. And that's the thing, Fragile, is I found when I stream late at night, you know, I feel compelled to stop the stream because it's very late. Whereas if I do it early in the morning, it doesn't really matter how long I go because I can just, you know, keep going and keep going if I'm feeling like it. And on different days, I just can stop earlier if, you know, if it's been too much. Hope I can stay toasty. Well, I've actually ordered myself a little space heater for this room, and it's like a little, it looks like a little fireplace, but it's just a fake heater. So I'm hoping once I get that thing, I'm just gonna put it literally right next to me and just like snug up to it. So hopefully that's gonna be the end of, you know, this awful cold in the studio. My hands won't be as frozen anymore. Ryan and you are wanting to get a Sphinx cat. Okay, that would be cool. Do you live with your boyfriend at the moment? Because I noticed you live on a farm. You don't know how I do that, but you are so glad I do. Hang on, how I do what exactly? Your mom's gonna have a beautiful gift. Yeah, I can imagine. She would love it in the end. The painting is just wow. Well, thank you, Fragile Machine. I'm glad you like it. It's painted on gesso board, so not the very thick ones, just the thinnest kind, the thinnest you can get from the brand. So I think I'm not sure what the brand name is called, but yeah, just gesso board. It looks good. Can she see? She's already seen it, to be honest, and she already likes where it's at. You forgot cats can develop hairlessness through a mutation, though. That's probably how they developed the breed, you know? Like, they just kept breeding cats that have that mutation until they got the Sphinx cat, right? I think that's how they tend to develop most of those. Sorry, you meant the painting. Oh, right. To be honest, I was so freaked out. I used to paint digitally, and the first time I did traditional paint, I was so freaked out. I think if you scroll way back on my Instagram page, you can see one of my first attempts at an oil painting, and it was this girl with blue hearts against a pink background, and I struggled so much, you know, there were lots of things I had to learn. And I kept going and trying to finish it. I don't think I ever finished that one, but I started another one. I actually then started my mum's painting, and I figured out I can't paint clouds, right? So I realized that I needed to do some clouds practice. I'll show you guys what I did next. Sorry, we're just all hidden away in a different drawer. That thing is so creaky. Alright, so because I couldn't do clouds, I actually ended up starting a whole new painting, which is this one. It's called Welcome to Earth. And it's just about this little alien who crash landed on Earth and started making some friends in the woodlands. That's her little plush alien toy as well. But yeah, this was my first attempt at painting clouds, and it was supposed to be a practice run, but I ended up spending so much time on it that it became a fully fledged painting. So yeah, I kind of got carried away. Kind of did. But you know, I feel like sometimes when you get carried away, you just gotta go with it, because those are the times when your mind is most invested and you're most ready to learn. So it wasn't always easy for me. Like, I struggled a lot with that painting. And then I started working on my mum's painting again. Then I did the spider ballerina girl. And yeah, eventually I became more comfortable with oils than I ever was digitally, I think. There are so many things that you can do with traditional mediums that you just can't do digitally. It just doesn't look good, you know. And I feel like texture, like creating texture digitally, is so hard because it always looks flat, and that's always the issue with digital art. That's not saying that all digital art looks flat, it's just saying that, you know, if not done right, it can look flat. Like, I really admire Loisha's artwork. She is an amazing digital artist, and she is so talented. You agree you like that? Oh, thank you, Fragile Machine. I'm glad you love it. You're so proud of me for throwing myself into it. Well, I really did push hard, and I guess you can relate because you also push yourself really, really hard for your art, and something I really admire. Really, really do. And I think you're really talented, so you should really keep at it. It would be such a shame, you know, to think that. I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize that art really does take a lot of persistence and a lot of dedication to stick at it, to learn new things, to improve and refine your style and everything. And I think artists really don't, like, we always think, oh, we're just having fun, we're just doing a hobby, but we're really, really pushing ourselves so hard sometimes. You know, to sit down and make a drawing, even if we don't feel like it, we'll still go do it because we want to, you know, we want to have a piece of art. And if you just always stop when you're not feeling like it, sometimes you'll have nothing. And yeah, it's not always that easy. You're obsessed with traditional art? Yeah, me too, me too. But digital has helped you plan your art better. I agree. I feel like when I plan my work, especially like doing color concepts, I feel like that really helps with digital. Sorry, doing that digitally really helps because it saves a lot of time, and then you can get an idea of, are you actually gonna like this color combination, or what might work and what doesn't work. I really love having Procreate for that. So true. Exactly, exactly. Art is life. Art is definitely life, and which art streams are also life. Definitely are. I have made so many good friends. I think 3 of my uni friends are art streamers, so we kind of hang out together a lot on streams and on Discords. It's awesome. Just trying to see what the other fur looks like on him. Some of these yaks actually look like they've got dreadlocks. It's really cool. Good night, Chaz. I hope you will have a good night. They say catching the white yak is an impossible task. Is that a saying? I never knew. No worries, we enjoyed having some time with you as well, Chaz. I hope we see you again next time. Probably next stream will be on Monday. I don't really stream on weekends. Try to have some time off, you know. Do you have a favorite artist, Fragile Machine? Like, who really inspires you? Or do you have a couple of artists who inspire you? I'm asking because we probably have a quite similar art taste, knowing you're really into pop surrealism as well. So I might be able to, you know, find out about some new artists that I'm not already familiar with, if I'm lucky. You gotta drive now, but you hope you can pop in again soon. Oh, that's alright, Fragile Machine. I hope you have a good time. She's doing the impossible little bro with Demore, but she's touching the yak. Is it with Demore the person who wrote that? Yeah, so she did catch the yak. Is that an actual saying then? I'm not familiar with that. That's a saying that could make a really cool title for the painting. Because I haven't actually really thought it through, like what do I want to call it? So far I'm just calling it the magical white yak. So until I find something that's got kind of a ring to it, that's what it's gonna be. You were just playing on The Legend of the White Stag. Oh, okay, so fair game. I've never heard of The Legend of the White Stag either. What exactly is that about? Like, do you get something if you catch the white stag, or are you just revered for being very, you know, nimble for catching it, or what's the deal? Isn't the white stag a Celtic myth? I don't know. It's a metaphor for the endless quest for truth. Right, okay. That makes sense. So if you find a white stag, you found truth. Truth can be really hard to find these days in anything. Can we really know the truth? That's the question. How do we know anything is true? You heard the legend of the white stag came from the legend of the white rabbit. Oh, okay. I guess finding a white rabbit would seem more easy than finding a white stag. You heard the legend. It's a metaphor for the endless quest for truth. Isn't the white stag a Celtic myth? Why does that chat pop up as if it's new? My chat is messed up, guys. It wants me to reread everything. Maybe it thinks I have a short span memory, which isn't really too far from the truth. So I can't blame it. Like the other night I was talking to my brother and I told him something, and literally 1 minute later I told him the same thing afresh, and he was like, yeah, that is so interesting. You realize you've already told me that 1 minute ago. And I was like, no, I didn't. But I had, so, you know, how else would he know? I don't know, why do our memories just suck sometimes? I'd say I'm getting old, but, you know, there are people way older than me that have really good memories, so I feel like it doesn't really have anything to do with age, and it's just a me thing, you know? Imagine if I get old. What's my memory gonna be like then? It's gonna be even worse? Who knows? I hope not. I hope I can remember everything. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to stick notes on everything, right? Somehow, majestic white creatures are associated with some sort of pursuit, like the white stag or the white whale, Moby. Ah, I didn't know Moby was white. Zazu will remember for me. I don't know, will he? Zazu might just troll me and laugh at me. I feel like he's less likely to remember. The only thing he will remind me of is giving him pistachios in the morning. That he will remember. I do know that. But no, I don't think relying on Zazu is the greatest idea. Unfortunately. He's not exactly the best guide parrot. You know, he might just laugh. Well guys, we made a lot of progress. We only had the head done earlier today, and now we have all of his back fur and part of his chest done. So I'm getting close, guys. I'm getting so close. Zazu will outlive us all. That depends. Zazu won't outlive me. Depends how old you guys are. If you're like, you know, 50 years old, then yes, Zazu will outlive you. But I don't know. I'm gonna be about 50 when Zazu is near the end of his lifespan, so. I plan to not consider that for a very long time. Wismore, thank you for the follow. How are you? Tell us where you're from. My pursuit of the white yak has won you over. Well, I'm really, really glad it has. I hope we'll see you again here. And hopefully eventually when I finish the white yak, you can find some truth. You know. I think this yak is probably one of the most, I don't know, unexpected things I've drawn. Things I never would have imagined myself drawing, but really ending up enjoying, I think. Like, I always expected drawing a spider, I always expected drawing like a cat or a dog or a rabbit. But I never saw myself or imagined myself actually drawing a yak, you know? It's like one of those very underappreciated animals, I think. Really, really love his shape. It looks so cute. Sometimes you'll watch something on YouTube for like 20 minutes, tab to another tab, and completely forget what you just watched. Oh no. Oh no, that does suck. That really sucks. You're from the swamps and beaches of Florida in the USA. Ah, okay. Didn't you guys have really bad flooding there like a year or two ago? You just have a very British name. Do you have British lineage, or is that just by choice? Have you guys ever seen those YouTube videos that sort of get the guy tries to narrate them in a similar voice as what's his name again? Morgan Freeman. And it's like, how does the snail do? Or how does the blobfish do? Or he makes these very like seemingly serious documentaries, but they're not actually serious. I completely forgot what they are. I love those. Fragile Machine actually posted an Instagram story watching one of those recently, and I was like, damn. I thought my brother and I were the only crazies who watch those. I'm glad to see that other people enjoy the same sense of humor. I will post some of those on Discord because you guys have to see them. They are so awesome. I will just be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. I am currently trying to organize picking up a nice new warm jacket because winter has just been horrible. So hopefully the more jackets I have, the warmer I can stay. A very appropriate time to check out socials. Oh, well, I would really appreciate if you could follow me, especially on Instagram and YouTube, because I'm really trying to grow those. But yeah, if you guys want to like keep up with my announcements, normally I do announcements throughout the day on Twitter. So if I'm going to be canceling a stream or if I'm going to do an extra stream, like an impromptu stream, I usually announce that on my Twitter, so that was the command you thought you had added a while back about hydrating and stretching for those who spend a lot of time in front of a screen. I think you did add that one. I didn't remove that, so I don't know why that one would have gotten lost. You had a big hurricane there a couple of years back. With lots of flooding. Yeah, I heard about that. That was horrible. That was so bad. We had that all over the news. Was your house affected or was it okay? Shared stream, exactly. We do that a lot here. Florida Man is a real phenomenon. What is Florida Man? I've never heard of Florida Man. I said chair stream and you said chair stream and you said self-care, so you were asking if everything was okay. Well, everything is fine. We're just trying to organize purchasing a new coat and people are gonna come to my house and actually like sell it to me here, so that's really convenient. Saves me some driving. My car actually wouldn't start this morning. I was supposed to go to the doctor and I tried to start my car and it wouldn't start because I actually haven't been driving for the past, I think 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, I gotta do something about that. Dover is the keeper. Great mod. Dover is the best. We all love Dover. Dover has been so supportive for ages. I am so grateful that we've got him to help out with the streams. And guys, Dover also makes really amazing art. He has drawn, he's drawn myself, he's drawn Vivi, if you guys are familiar with Vivi's art service. She's another art streamer on here. Dover has drawn us both and a couple of other art streamers as well. So check out Dover's Instagram. Dover, if you could please post your Instagram, otherwise if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. Please guys go follow Dover on Instagram. Go check out his beautiful portraits that he does. You are a very tall Sasquatch. Water levels never pass by your chin. So hang on, what is the Florida Man? Do I like frogs? Yes, I love frogs. We actually have Alien Frog here, who is one of our members. But no, I actually love frogs. We have these cute little frogs in a pond in our backyard, so sometimes when it's really dry, they try to come and look for water, and they try to come into our kitchen. It's really cute. So we always help them find their way back, and then we fill their pond up. It's so adorable. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, you stepped away to make some coffee. How am I today? Hello, Moonlit here. I'm doing really well. I hope you are too. I'm having a wonderful night. I'm really enjoying my beautiful, beautiful yak. Actually, I had a dream about this yak a couple nights ago. So yesterday I decided to start drawing him, and I'm really, really happy with it. So this is going to become an oil painting, a beautiful white yak with some like Aurora Borealis background with some moonlight, and he's going to sit in a lake. So yeah, I'm trying to make it look as dreamy as possible. The dreamier the better. But yeah, how are you doing, Moonlitia? How has your day been? Bye everyone, bye Zazie, have fun drawing. Well, you too, little bro. I hope you have a good night or whatever else you're gonna get up to tonight. There we go. Guys, go check out Doverkin's Instagram. Please go check out the beautiful portraits he's done of various art streamers. He is amazing. I am now your best friend, or are you meaning Dover? As you guys can see, we have our very own frog in the chat as well, so it's quite obvious that I do love frogs. You've liked frogs ever since you saw the ones on Naruto. I haven't watched Naruto. I don't know what Naruto is. I've heard about it. I'm guessing it's some kind of like Japanese anime or something. But yeah, I haven't really seen it myself. Is it good? I'm guessing it's really good if you liked it so much. We actually had a really extensive conversation about old nostalgic 2D animations from when we were kids the other day. And yeah, we found a bunch of new ones that some of us hadn't seen before. So that was interesting. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Florida has daily exploits in the news, usually something to do with a samurai sword, alligators, and nudity all at once. Alright. Oh, Florida man has daily exploits. So is that like a public figure? Like someone kind of known for things? Is Florida man the guy who dressed up as Grim Reaper to try and make a point about COVID? Like, is that the same guy or not really? Because I know he was from the States. I don't know which part of the States because I didn't really check it out, but like, is he a bit of a troll or does he have some kind of political agenda? Or is he just a messed up dude being a messed up dude? It's so tragic that mammoths went extinct. I feel like they would be so awesome to see in real life. Imagine how majestic they would be, you know? Well, maybe not if we base them off of how they act in Ice Age. Those were so clumsy. especially the one played by the Raymond actor. Like, obviously intentionally so, but they made him so goofy. Hello, lovely donut. Good morning to you too. How are you? And comfy chat, yeah. We do have a really comfy chat going on today. Anyone can be Florida Man. Any weirdo here is dubbed Florida Man in the news. Okay, got it. So it's like being the typical Florida man gets you dubbed that. Something absolutely ridiculous happens in Florida and is reported on the news. People usually refer to it as Florida Man Strikes Again. It's like an ongoing meme. Okay, got it. I think I've seen that going around, to be honest. Here being in the US. Didn't expect that and didn't know. Right? That's a better synopsis. That makes sense. That makes sense. That is pretty interesting. What's Florida's weather like? Like, is it very warm, very humid? I'd imagine if it's a very wet place, it's probably very humid. I used to live in Brisbane, where it used to be extremely humid. And since then, moved to Melbourne. Also lived in Perth, and all those places are much drier than Brisbane. Brisbane is so humid. My art never fails to amaze you. Well, thank you, Josie. Thank you. That is actually so sweet. That warms my heart. Thank you. I'm glad you like my work. Oh, thanks, Moonlit Tia. You're chilling and waiting for breakfast, and you're excited to start the next part of learning math. And more hiragana letters and words. What are hiragana letters? Yesterday, you finished the full alphabet. Today, you got to revise. It's really good, especially if you're learning something new, like a language. It's really good to revise that, you know? Like, you might one day be able to nail them like that, you know? But the next day, you'll find it's just not possible. You just can't do it. I'm wondering if the lady's here to pick up, to drop off my coat. I might have to go in a sec. My mum's gonna knock on the door when I have to go. So if she does that, I will be off for like 5 to 10 minutes. Maybe less. Maybe like 3 minutes, and then I'll be back. So nice of them to come and drop it off at my house. And like, you know, that saves me driving. Not only can I not drive at the moment because my car's stuffed up, but it saves me all that time driving. That's really nice. You live in Tampa, Florida for a bit. You remember suffocating humidly and so hot. Okay, so it is very humid there. Hot, humid, rains heavy every summer day, but you have amazing white sand beaches too. That sounds beautiful. Yeah. Are they very busy? Like, are they crowded? Here in Greece, where you're living at, you're getting very warm and sweaty, but you'll start going for swimming. That sounds awesome. That sounds really cool. Yeah. You guys have beautiful beaches in Greece as well. Like, the water there is so blue. It's beautiful. So clean. So are you only temporarily living in Greece, or are you from Greece? Uh, you probably um you probably have picture memory because you have found your way to picture the letters. That is awesome. Really helpful if you can do that. It's midsummer today, so you have to drink for 2 days. What's the weather like there, Elastic? Not where you live. Here isn't the best, but you'll start vibing. You mean the beaches aren't the best, or you don't like it in Greece? Oh, you are from Greece. Okay. Do you like it there? Sounds like we have a bunch of beach bums here. It does, it really does. I prefer going to like the forest, like going for a bushwalk instead of going to the beach. I'm less of a beachy person. I'm more of like a I like forests. I don't know. Beaches are just, I guess, too open, too unsettling. I don't know. It makes me feel more restless than relaxed, whereas going for a forest walk just feels very peaceful and relaxing and private and safe and I don't know. Some people prefer the beach though. Like I know people who literally want to live like right next to the beach and I get that. It can be pretty, but I much rather want trees, lots and lots of tall trees, beautiful trees. That's more my thing. How about you guys? Do you prefer the beach or do you prefer living near a forest, or where would you prefer to live if you had the choice? I'm kind of lucky to actually live where I do at the moment. Like, obviously it's probably temporary, but um, you know, at the moment I live in a beautiful area that has lots and lots of birds and lots of beautiful animals, lots of trees. I'm really, really lucky like that. Uh, Hang on, I'm falling behind. You're growing and you were born here. Okay. It will rain for 2 days. It always rains when it's midsummer. The water, the water? Um, there's been no rain for like 2 weeks. Well, lucky you've got some rain then. And not entirely, you are not entirely, and you aren't a great country. You are a silly country in many ways, shapes, and forms. Okay, so what would you say you don't like about Greece, and what do you like about Greece? You're glad you've become a difference and you can find yourself. Well, that's good. You know, that's good to understand, you know, what sides of things you don't like about your country and what you feel makes up you. I think that's really, really important. You like the forest too, Minlet Tia? Oh, you like both? Cool. You know, you can feel that from a great civilization at the center of the world a few million millennia ago to being down bad right now. Yeah, like I know Greece was like pretty much bankrupt like a couple of years ago. Probably still are. So, you know, things probably aren't going that great. But I'm sure there are aspects of like the people's culture that are really nice. I'm so happy with how furry he's become. It's adorable. Completely adorable. I love it. Be as furry as you want to, my beautiful yak. You can be as furry as you want to. That's a tough one for you. You love the beach and forest. Okay. Glad to meet a fellow tree lover. Your streams are like 100% tree themed. Do you paint trees or what do you do? You gotta show us some of your work, like post in my Discord, post your art. We would love to see and get to know you, and post a link to your Twitch so we can come follow you. Also, guys, if you link up your Discord and your Twitch account, it'll actually show when you're streaming in a different section on my Discord channel. So I have a special role for people who are currently live, and sometimes when I'm looking for people to raid, I go and check that list so that I can just raid the people that, you know, normally come to the stream, we're all friends with, and we can go support each other, you know? So please do that. Please link up, join my Discord, link up your accounts, and then we can go raid you when you're live. If we're live at the same time. I know that I stream in a very strange time zone for you guys, so might be a little tricky, but you never know. We're so close to finishing his fur, guys. So close. Like, I'm probably gonna do another run over and add more detail later on, but essentially almost all of the, you know, the base outlines are done. You guess you like the forest because there's always a chance the beach will be too crowded and you don't like the heat that much. Same, Melissa, same. That's what I don't like about the beach. Like, if I know there's gonna be nobody, that's all good. And I think I'm lucky that we live in Australia and there's actually a couple of places we can go where there will be no one. But, you know, I don't know. I like the forest. I just do. Greece is in your education is a pain because you can't have guaranteed good education where you live. Okay. That's awful, that's really sad. Still, you're excited to see if there will be any place you will move out by towards next year, hopefully with your family. That'll be good, that'll be good. Which places are you looking to move to? Seaside forest on a cliff, please. That sounds like the best of both worlds. Why didn't I think of that? You know, you can have both. But like have the forest covering, like giving your house some privacy, and then have your house like right on the edge of the cliff overlooking the ocean. Then you can have windows on either side and choose which day you're in which mood, right? You like the fact that you have seminars, libraries, and other activities that people can still improve. That sounds helpful. You're exploring a dense forest and finding your way to a white sandy beach. That is one of your dream vacations. That sounds beautiful, Dover. Beautiful. Have you actually booked or planned a holiday? Because I don't know when was the last time you took some time off. I really don't. Feels like way too long. The fur on his, like, on the bottom of him is so much longer than the top fur. It's so cute. I want one. I want my own pet yak. What's one of the craziest pets you guys would want? Like, if you could pick any animal to have as a pet. But it has to be, like, a really crazy animal. Like, something that you could never have as a pet. What would you pick? I don't know. I really want a hippo. I feel like a hippo, like I know some people actually have otters. I really want an otter too, but a wombat or a hippo, I think I would want one of those. You're really digging my playlist. Oh, thank you, Wismore. It's actually from Pretzel Rock, so I just play the ambient playlist. It's truly beautiful music, and most of this stuff is, I think it's from Abstraction. But currently we are playing Drummer Boy. So yeah, all the links are in chat if you like this song. Just check the last posted link from Pretzel Rocks. You'd love to hear Viking music similar to this one. Okay. I reckon you would probably be in luck just checking YouTube. There is so much good Viking music out there. Like maybe start with the soundtrack from the series Vikings. They probably put you onto a good start. Unless you're looking for something like really traditional. But yeah, I love Viking music. It's very cool. Yaks are beautiful. I agree. They really, really are. They're so majestic. And I wanted to make him really imposing and big and and beautiful, especially because it's going to be white. So you're going to have this beautiful white yak against a different colored background. It's going to be all dreamy and beautiful, you know. You're not familiar with that type of music, but Skald or Valhalla is one of your favorites. I think I've heard that one. It's beautiful, yeah. Your personal endgame dream is you living in a cozy cottage somewhere beautiful like Norway or Switzerland, maybe Alaska. That sounds nice. Yeah, I would probably pick somewhere warmer, like New Zealand. You know, if I were to choose somewhere else to live, because it's already way too cold here, and I don't think I could handle Europe. You like watching art at night, very relaxing. It's 10:41 p.m. here. I do too. Usually right before I go to bed, I'm like always on an art stream. Always. It's such a great way to wind down, you know. Same and vegan foods. Hang on, what are we talking about? You would, but you have mod duties in about 20 minutes or so. Whereabouts are you modding? Is it another art stream as well? Then definitely get some sleep. That sounds good, yeah. The Viking blood in you calls for Stone Mountain and cold sea spray, but you endeavor to be joyous wherever you are. That sounds great. I'm glad you found contentment in your life, no matter where you are. That is always the key, right? Always the key. Because, yeah, circumstances, while they can definitely affect us, they're not exactly where our happiness comes from. They can impact our happiness, but, you know, we make our own happiness. I love the cute little frays and tufts and everything on his fur. He's so cute. I never knew yaks was so fun to draw until I did him. Gonna draw so many more yaks now, guys. What have I been missing out on? I had no idea. This just goes to show you gotta broaden your horizons, guys. You gotta. Or you'll miss out on drawing all the cool things, you know. Athens towards the peaceful part. That's where you would want to live. I guess you guys still have really cool architecture though. Extended vacations are nowhere near in the future for you. That sucks, Dover. That sucks. You gotta make some time for yourself. You want a Velociraptor. That has gotta be one of the coolest suggestions ever. I think that's great. Yeah, I would want one too. Usually Compsognathus or Compies. Them and Velociraptors used to be my favorite dinosaur species as a kid. Probably still are. Although I really love the big ones now. You're gonna be right back. No worries. Enjoy your lurk, lovely donut. Pet Siberian tiger. Ooh, that's gorgeous, yeah. Imagine patting it and hearing it purr. Yeah, that's awesome. You'd live to see one. Makes for an interesting art piece. Definitely sounds like a good idea. The way I read your comments like tarot cards is super endearing. Hang on, why do I read it like tarot cards? No variety, some sad story games, adventure games, just chatting, mental health. Ah, got it. Variety streamers can be really cool. They definitely can. I follow a couple of variety streamers. But most of the streams I'm into are all art related. So yeah. You're gonna find me, it's gonna be in the art section. Most likely. I don't know where that lady is with my jacket. She's supposed to already be here. Because it's like 3:30 almost. Wonder if she got lost. Hope not. That is exactly where you found me, or did I find you? You were there first. On an art stream? I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure we found each other on an art stream. You probably came here through a raid, or you found me there. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. Like, so many of you guys I found through raids, and so many of you guys I just made friends with while chatting on other streams, or other discords even, you know. Hard to keep track of where I meet you guys. What is this woolly beauty I'm drawing? Grump Illustrator, hello! I am drawing a beautiful albino yak. It's kind of strange how the lines of my paper have kind of mushed into everything. But yeah, I had a dream about this yak a couple nights ago, and where my brother and I were trying to carry a bunch of stuff, and we found this beautiful, beautiful yak, and we thought, oh, he can help us carry everything up the mountain. And so we loaded him up, and you know, he was so loyal and so nice, and he carried all our stuff up for us, and we were so grateful. So we fed him grass, we found grass for him, put him somewhere safe, and fed him this grass. And after that, I was just like, I have to draw a yak. I just do. So yeah, this is going to eventually become an oil painting. So at the moment, it's just black and white, but I want to make the yak a beautiful albino white, and then the background is going to have these dreamy, almost aurora borealis clouds. and they're both going to stand like sort of submerged in a lake. Not completely, but sort of. So down the bottom, I'm going to have a lake with a bunch of different reflections. So yeah, really been enjoying this one. I actually think this is one of my favorite drawings I've done in a long time, which is why I'm planning to turn it into a fully fledged oil painting. Usually only my favorite pieces ever become oil paintings because like I just don't have enough time to make every piece into an oil painting, you know? It's gonna take me forever. I'll never get anything done. And I'm trying to just get all these creatures in my head out on paper, so if I do that, all these other creatures can't get out. So I need to try and get as many of them out as I possibly can, you know? So how have you been, Grumpy Illustrator? What's your last drawing been? No, I came into Cassidy's stream one night. Ah, okay, that's when we met. I've seen you on a bunch of different streams though. I haven't just seen you at Cass's, so. Hello, Sportler, how are you doing? You love him? Oh, thank you. I love him too. It's like he's omega cute. You were carried off before on the wake of an Andrew Lister raid. But it was in the middle of the night and you were in and out of sleep. You returned through a Twitch channel recommendation. Carrier here. Okay, well, I'm glad you came here. I'm glad you found this stream. I am a huge fan of Charles's, so I totally understand the fascination there. Didn't you love his recent stream where he did self-portraits? Man, he's good. He is so good. Those were like you could literally see that they were him. They were so good. And that's not even like what he normally draws, right? He normally draws his own kinds of creatures, his own world. So, you know, sometimes some artists can only draw one thing or another thing and they get really good at doing one thing, but Charles is just good at drawing everything. He's just good like that. You know. He's not just perfected one part of drawing, he's really perfected understanding drawing itself. That is the key to being a good artist, right? That is where it all starts. Yeah, a food mixer called Sarah. Hang on, a food mixer called Sarah? What do you mean? Your bird passed away the day before yesterday. Oh no, Sportler. That is awful, no. That is so sad. I am so sorry. How horrible. I know that, yeah. There is no feeling like losing a pet. There just isn't. That is awful. I love his little nose. He has the cutest nose, guys. I asked you about the last thing. What was the last thing you drew? Ah, okay. And you drew a food mixer called Sarah. Hang on, like the actual mixer or a person using a food mixer? That sounds cool. You have such an interesting style, Grumpy Illustrator. You really, really do. I really admire when artists have found their style and they stick to it. You know, like they stick to their guns and they're like, this is me. This identifies me. This is the kind of art that I want to make. And no matter what people think about it, I am doing things my way. There's a lot of admiration in that, you know? The mixer is called Sarah. What's the yak called? Um, he hasn't really got a name yet, to be honest. So, and I don't really like naming my characters just randomly. I like to think about a really good name. So, I'm probably going to spend some time on thinking about a good name for him over the next couple of weeks, or even probably when I start painting him. So yeah, currently he's nameless, but he's gonna have a very wise name, a very stately, wise name. Because I feel like that really suits his personality, you know. He seems like a yak that's bestowing a lot of wisdom and has so much to offer, you know? So I want a name that really, really reflects that. So we'll think about it. Next couple of weeks, I'll think about it. Yeah, don't rush the naming. It'll come in time. Well, if you guys want to, you know, give me some suggestions, maybe if I like one of those, I'll pick it. I don't know, I was thinking of something, not Socrates, but something like Socrates, like a very wise name. But nothing comes to mind, so I don't know, maybe something Viking. You know, maybe some wise Viking warlord or mythical Viking name for someone. Who knows? I'll see. But then, are there yaks in Viking territory? I don't know. Is that really fitting? I'll have to do some research. I always like my characters' names to be super meaningful. Like, they just gotta make a lot of sense. So I'm trying to get his legs to be a little darker because they're obviously shaded by all this beautiful, beautiful fur. Yeah, whack the white yak was enough. I don't know. That sounds a bit wacky. I don't know. Maybe not very wise. Maybe more goofy than anything else. He's so good, Neckar. Love the nose. Thank you. I love his nose too. I feel like that really brings him to life, you know. We'll see. I cannot wait to start the painting for him because he really does need color. Like, once you can tell that he's a beautiful white, everything's gonna come together. How would you guys say you decide which sketches to turn into paintings, or do you just start your paintings outright? Do you just bring out a canvas and start drawing right on it, or what do you do? Like, usually my go-to process has never been going straight into a painting. Like, I used to do that when I did digital art, but I don't really do that with my traditional mediums. I find that I just really love having a plan more than anything else, so I don't end up doing that. Chiron is a centaur from Greek myth who trained all the greatest legendary heroes. That's your serious name nomination. Chiron sounds good. I like that. That sounds very fitting. I look a bit cold there, Neckar. Is it as cold there as in Melbs? I reckon it would be, yeah. It's been freezing, honestly. Like, most days it's just been a freaking 9 degrees to 12 degrees and nothing much better. So I've been freezing my butt off. So I got myself a small space heater and it looks like a beautiful fireplace. So hopefully that arrives next week because I'm really needing it urgently. It's freezing here. Something like Haviti the Wise? Is that how you say it? Haviti is Nordic for white. That sounds beautiful. I like that. Yeah, guys, pop some of these name suggestions in Discord for me because I'm gonna forget them. That sounds great. You like to sketch, iterate, then the final sketch iteration on canvas. So you like to plan ahead too, yeah. I feel like it's a much wiser process doing it that way. Because then you can, you know, decide on colors, decide on composition, make any changes you need without too much trouble. Yeah, I just feel like it works much better. As warm as 9, as warm as 9, it went to 5 here the other day, shivering, have an oil heater and a fan heater. Yeah, it actually hit that low to, here to Grumpy Illustrator. And yeah, I totally get pulling out the heaters because, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's so freezing. But don't tell any Europeans, because apparently they'll laugh at you. Because apparently that's not cold at all. So yeah. Also, don't tell the Canadians or even Americans. They'll probably laugh at us too. But I understand, Grumpy Illustrator. I hear you. It's cold. I sympathize wholeheartedly. You loved Chiron in the Fate of Apocrypha anime. They portrayed him really well. What is Apocrypha anime? You'd say the portrayed in film thus far. The best portrayed in film thus far. Alright. So what exactly what was Chiron? Like, what is a centaur again? I forgot. Hang on, I'll Google. Because I feel like this is something that I just need to see again to know. Ah, yeah, it's like a half man, half horse, or half goat, I reckon. Yeah, that makes sense. So why did you feel they portrayed him really well? Is it just because of the graphics, or the way they made him act, or what is it? Showing all his fur, so magical. He's beautiful. I need to just darken the bottom fur most because it's shaded so much. So then that'll give me a little bit more depth to play with. He was wise, caring, and strong, depicted as the penultimate teacher. Okay. Thank you for the resub, Flat Rabbit. Thank you so much. Good morning. How are you? Fate is an anime series based on game or novel, and Apocrypha is one of them. To briefly summarize, involves mythical heroes who are resurrected to fight against each other to win the Holy Grail, which grants any wish. Okay, that sounds interesting. So are there bad guys and good guys? Thank you again so much for that resub, Flat Rabbit. Really appreciate it. Did you have a stream yet today, or are you looking to stream? Still awake at 1:20 a.m., but you're good. How am I doing? Well, that's late. I am doing really well. I'm really glad I tackled this drawing today. We've actually been going for almost 3 hours now, so probably will wrap the stream up fairly soon. But I made a ton of progress, guys. I did not think I would finish all his fur today. Obviously we're still, doing some details here and there. going over it, but the bulk of him is essentially done. Sorry for the half hiccups at the moment, I'm not sure why that's happening. But yeah, essentially, I'm going to turn him into a fully fledged oil painting. So I'm really, really excited. He's going to be a white yak, and I'm going to place him against a beautiful, dreamy, almost aurora borealis background with like clouds, a mistiness, and then he's going to be sitting in this beautiful lake. So yeah. Looks awesome, thank you. Not today, did stream last night with some acrylics. What did you paint last night? Bad or good, guys, depends on the magic users who summon those heroes. Okay, got it. So they can be both. I'm just trying to make the tops of his legs a little darker than the rest because that's gonna show the shadows coming from the top. And hopefully he doesn't look like he's got black legs eventually. Like obviously once I do the oil painting, it'll go much better, but we'll see. Love and Necker, can't wait to see how this starts to move to oil. Me too. I'm really, really excited. I still need to finish off one painting before I can do that, so wish me luck. Once I get that painting out of the way, I'm going to actually start 2 new paintings so I can sort of to and fro between them. So I'll be doing that. And this is going to be one of my next ones, just because I love it so much. Painted a lady in a pinkish or red dress in a field. Of course it had red. Of course it did. You know, red dresses are just so striking. Were you happy with it? Like, I know normally drawing scenery is your thing, and you've been trying to do a lot more animals for practice lately. Has that been going well? Are you feeling like you're improving, learning more? That's always a challenge, trying something new you really struggle with and trying to get better at it. Such a challenge, you know. I really struggled with clouds, and they still delude me. I feel like clouds are one of those really, really tricky things that you never know what they're gonna do. You're gonna head to bed. Have a good night or day, everyone. Well, you too, Alien Frog. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Well, sorry, good rest of your night. Sorry, and hopefully we'll see you on Monday. Sorry, I'm not streaming tomorrow. But yeah, hope you have a good weekend. Had to be read. Actually, it was reasonably excited. You were reasonably excited about that one. That's good. That's really good. You did another rabbit paint. It's ready to final, but you're not sure if it will be finished. It's bad. Well, sometimes, sometimes you just gotta keep going. There's been ones that I almost ditched, but because I was streaming them with you guys, I just kept going, and they turned out to be really, really good. Like, I was really happy with them, eventually. Sometimes you just gotta keep at it. Paint over it, keep going. Luckily, with oils, that's something you can do, You can paint over and over and over. Unless you've gone really thick with the paint, obviously, and it's real textured and all that. That does make it a little harder, but... you're glad I'm excited for this one. It gives you the warm fuzzies inside. Aww. I'm usually always excited about an animal piece. Because animals are just, my favorite things to draw. But yeah, this one has me particularly excited, though. I don't know why. It just does. I think I just really enjoy painting creatures that are less common, less known, and bringing more, I guess, familiarity to them. And, yaks are not very often featured in paintings, so you feel like they should be. They really should be. You'll keep going on them, but the shapes and mechanics are not right. Okay, got it. You found on stream it puts so much more... On streams, you put so much more effort into a piece that you would have parked much earlier otherwise. Exactly. I feel like that's both a good thing and a bad thing. It's sad that we need to feel like we need to feel pressured to keep going on a stream and not just feel free that we could just stop. But at the same time, I feel like that pressure also then pushes us to stick to a piece that we may not have stuck to otherwise, and sometimes those pieces turn out into really good ones. You find it harder to stream your paintings because you can't position camera in a proper angle to a comfortable position for you. Exactly, I have found that too, and that's why sometimes some parts of my paintings I just do off stream. Like, I do the painting up until a certain point, and then if I find that I'm being limited, I'll do that painting off stream, fix that part up, come back on stream. Because yeah, I do agree with you. I feel like there are certain angles that you just can't do on stream, you know? Like, I guess you can just show, if you're doing those portions, you could just show full face cam, and people could just watch you without actually seeing the art, but I don't know. I like people seeing the art. It's what an art stream's about, right? It's not a variety stream, but then streaming is a very different kind of, you know, environment where those sorts of things don't really matter. It's weird, hard to do while painting in an odd position. There definitely are those different things, like little details and stuff that are incredibly hard to pull off on streams. Yeah, I agree. But you do have a layout done for the number 200 painting, which you think will be epic. What is the number 200 painting? Like the 200th one you've done on stream? That's a pretty impeccable goal to have reached. I don't think I've done that many on stream. And I'm not sure. Definitely not paintings. So how long have you been streaming for, Flat Rabbit? Be your 200th completion in 15 months. That's crazy! You pull off so many paintings in such a short time. It's ridiculous. I don't know how you do it. That is some crazy dedication. It is amazing, isn't it? The 15 month of streaming will be stream anniversary slash 200th completion celebration. That sounds fantastic, yeah. About a 12-hour paint on a big canvas. I have to be there. When are you gonna do that? Could you, like, do you have a Twitter account? Or do I already follow you on Twitter? Thing is, Twitter messages get missed so easily. There's so much happening on Twitter. I was gonna ask, could you make an announcement on Discord when you do it? I'm pretty sure I am in your Discord. I should be. A need for Steve. Thank you for that raid. Steve, what were you doing? What were you working on? Guys, we have to check out... Oh no.